Welcome to the Checkered Chat. I'm Justin.
I'm Blake.
And we are coming off a awesome weekend at the Shicago Street Course. SVG does it again.
Yeah.
3 times now. Wait.
4.
3 after. No, 4. Yeah, 4 in total.
Yeah, he's won 4 out of the 5 that he's ran in.
Yes. I was trying to think Cup, but he's won 2 Cup. Probably would have won last year.
If Larson didn't wreck him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Larson that wrecked him.
They just need to make, like, the day before July 4th SVG Day in Chicago because he owns that section. Like, that park needs to be renamed.
They just need to make him start 40th for everyone.
Oh, my gosh. He somehow still would win. Odds are.
I mean, if Denny Hamlin can back his way into finishing, like, 4th.
Yeah, how in the world? Dude has
that was just
motor
pit
issue.
strategies.
Yeah, and luck.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, I mean, there's not that much passing there if we're really going to be honest with ourselves.
That's true. Yeah,
so, like, you play the strategies right, and you get up there, and you're ahead of Bowman and Bubba, you're all right.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, you had the Bowman and Bubba deal. You had Hocevar spinning out and collecting a lot of the field. Spinning out in the spot where there's, like, no spotter can really see was, prime place to spin out.
Drives off into turn 2 and just takes Joey Logano out.
Yeah. I mean, like, you had a lot of things kind of go right for Denny to be able to get up as much as he did.
It'd have been nice to see what Chase could have done if the front end of his car wasn't destroyed, like, 2 laps in or whatever it was.
Yeah, no. I mean, for majority of the Hendrick drivers minus Bowman
was the only one.
Because you had Chase was what happened for his car? I can't remember. I remember the front end got destroyed, but like
why did he start out back?
No, well, did he start from the rear?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I did the notes for Cup. I should remember this because I listed out everyone.
He and Byron got damage in practice and didn't even qualify.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Larson and Bowman got damage in either qualifying or practice. I can't remember, but they still qualified just to get a pit stall selection.
Yeah,
but they dropped to the back also.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it would have been nice to see what Hendrick was actually going to be able to do because it was just
Byron was done.
It was lap 1.
Yeah.
I mean, he had clutch issues.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I heard it was literally like him firing off. You could hear it. That's how bad it was. So that everyone's like, yeah, that's not going to last very long.
And then I know we always make jokes about, like, can we do a welfare check on so-and-so? Can we do a welfare check on Kyle Larson? Is he alive?
Yeah, no.
He dominated, Kansas, and then said, all right, I'm going to head out.
It's like ever since
Indy,
it's just been
Who was it that said that on a podcast? Because now I feel like I saw that clip. Was it Dale Jr. or one of the Dirty Mo podcasts? Or am I making this up right now?
Odds are it was one of the Dirty Mo.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised by that one.
But it really does feel like ever since the second failed double, this time he did get to run in both races, but it was awful.
Yeah.
It just feels like after that he is yet to, like, show back up.
Yeah. It sounds like he's got the yips or whatever.
Now, granted, somebody at Hendrick has to have a midseason slump, it feels like, and Byron's usually been that guy.
Well, let's be honest.
He is.
It kind of still is.
It's just so weird because he's so fast every week, and something happens where he doesn't win. Even, like, he's dominated a couple races and not won them.
I mean, think about Charlotte.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the last one I remember him at least being, like, in contention for the win.
Yeah, and dominated.
Yeah.
Michigan, he ran good. I forgot what happened. I mean, you could go back and find a lot of races recently where he's been the fastest or been out front for a while or, whatever, and then some circumstance happens and he doesn't finish where he should.
Definitely. But speaking of people who don't deserve the finish, they don't deserve the finish that they got because they started from the rear and then finished in the top 5. Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
I guess this will be getting into our news. Denny Hamlin suggests a street oval.
No.
This is the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life.
Why?
A street course with 4 turns.
Yeah. There are purpose-built ovals everywhere.
That's the thing.
It's also going to be dumb to have, because it's not going to be like a super-duper short track, I don't feel like.
No, it's going to be...
But the turns are going to be flat and have no banking, so it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's going to be the most boring street course and make... As a NASCAR fan base, everybody is kind of, it seems like, against the street courses in general. This will be a, like... Hey, here's the nail in the coffin for street courses for NASCAR.
Yeah.
If we did that.
I mean, they're not my cup of tea. But, whatever. Like, it's one race a year. It's not that deep.
Well, into our next news thing, could end up being 2.
It better not be 2.
I don't know. I love the street courses. I think if you're... I guess let me just say what it is. 2 more years of the Chicago Street Course is on the books to happen if it is moved from 4th of July weekend. Chicago just said, hey, this is too much going on in one weekend, too much traffic, too much all of this or whatever.
Atlanta will get the 4th of July race. Let's cross our fingers.
That'd be awesome. Please do that.
I mean, we're a week away from it, right? The way the schedule was this year.
That's true.
I mean, flip that in Chicago if you have to.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But the thing is, if we are, okay, say in this situation, we are going, because it does seem like that's going to happen, we're going to San Diego for a street course. We need to put one street course similar to where, like, COTA normally is, and then put one towards the end of the season, post 4th of July.
Yeah. In San Diego, it'd have to be the more flexible one because their weather is going to be better year-round. Chicago, if you try to go there too early in the year, you're probably going to get snowed out or something.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
But also, like, in the nicest way possible, please only do one street course NASCAR. Just one. One's fine.
I say don't do more than 2.
I mean, 2's pushing it.
It is. I don't know.
They're not that good.
Okay. This is my biggest argument for a street course. I think that it is to get new fans into NASCAR. I think that it is one of the biggest pulls for that.
Yeah.
And a younger audience, too.
Yeah. I mean, I see the benefits of it, but, like, just for the on-track product, it's not that good.
Yeah, I mean, fair, but...
And it's not even, I'm not like the boomer southern redneck NASCAR fan that doesn't like it.
NASCAR died with Dale.
Yeah. That doesn't like it because SVG dominates, and they don't like it because there should be more races in the Southeast. I think just scrap Chicago Street Course and go back to Road America. Road America was great. That is a purpose-built road course.
Yeah.
In an untapped market for us.
Yeah. Because where is Road America?
It's not far from Chicago in the grand scheme of things.
This is what it looked like up until I saw this news thing. It looks like that Chicago Street Course has run its course and it's done.
Yeah.
And we're going back to Chicagoland because they sent Hocevar out there to test.
Yeah.
They sent a bunch of drivers there to test. So I'm curious if that is in the future or if that's going to be next season or what the deal is.
The way that these cars run, like, intermediate or short intermediates or whatever you want to call Chicagoland, yes, please.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you would be dumb to not, if schedule permitting, you can slide that in there. I would rather do Chicagoland than Rockingham.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And it's nothing against Rockingham. It just goes with the oversaturation of North Carolina.
Yeah.
You don't need a third North Carolina track.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think still send Xfinity there.
Yeah, that's
like
fine.
That's fine. Okay, Chicagoland, 1.5 miles, correct?
Right around there, yeah.
Okay, so when was the last time they raced Chicagoland? 2021?
No, before that.
18?
Somewhere around there,
Something like that?
I think it was late 2010s.
Okay, so...
I know that used to be like Tony Stewart's playground sometimes.
Yeah. So, okay, let's throw this into the ether. Probably needs a repave. Probably. At this point,
maybe, yeah, but also I would kind of like, selfishly, for the way that these cars run on like Atlanta and other tracks that are aging.
You just took exactly what I was about to say. I'm saying make it in Atlanta 2.0.
No.
Whoa, okay,
no,
all right,
no, because Atlanta's not gonna be cool and unique and special. We don't
If
need
there's
to,
another one,
because
yeah.
that was the whole argument with Texas, Atlanta, Charlotte, you name it, all these cookie cutter mile and a halves. I was going to say leave that track as is and go fill holes and put like sealer on it. Just at least for a year.
Yeah.
Because remember Iowa, how they only repaved part of the track to put on there?
Okay.
Don't repave any of it. Just patchwork, like how if you like old Atlanta, it was just gray. It was worn out, but there were black tar spots where they'd go in and fill holes and cracks. Just patch it and call it a day. Run it for a year and see what happens.
I like that idea better than my original one. Because you
is.
do have a point. If we start just
If
take
every,
the Atlanta
yeah.
mold, move it somewhere else, it's not
And then it's oversaturation of drafting tracks.
true.
Because we already run 6 a year.
Yeah.
Granted, 2 of them are drafting tracks and 4 of them are moving parades, but that's an argument for another day.
Valid.
I don't know. That Atlanta race just spoiled me into, like, why can't Talladega and Daytona race at least somewhat similar to it?
Yeah.
Because you had action, you still had drafting, and I mean, it was like old school drafting.
Yeah,
racing.
like, I'll tell you, this was funny. This past week, I watched a good bit of the NASCAR Tubi channel.
Yeah.
And sprinkled in the, 15 times that they showed every race from 90 to 99 at Sonoma. They showed Atlanta, this most recent Atlanta, the Quaker State, and I was like, wow, this feels weird watching Atlanta on TV, first off.
Yeah.
But then second off, I was like, gosh, this was such a good race. Because I think I texted you and told you it was on, and it was the last 15 laps.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to go to bed, but I'm going to watch this.
Oh, yeah.
That was just such a good race.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we don't need to harp more on Atlanta. If you want to hear us gas up Atlanta, listen to last week's episode.
Yeah.
Because it was awesome. It was so much fun.
I think the question I have scheduling-wise now is, are we abandoning Mexico? Is COTA done for? What's going away?
I don't think COTA's done for because they just did I was about to say reconfig, but it's not a reconfig. The new layout of it, and I think the new layout
was good.
It solved a lot of the issues we were having with COTA.
Yeah.
Which
I didn't hate the old layout, but I think for NASCAR and for what we want to put on, that this was a better.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that track's long.
Yeah. No, it's
and I mean, you
huge.
didn't lose passing zone, so it made sense. I feel like Mexico's on the chopping block. Just logistically, even if it's for a year.
It might end up being one of those things that we do every few years.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that we want to take NASCAR to international, even though there are international NASCAR series.
Right.
We can't take it overseas, really.
I mean, they did in the 90s, and I don't know how they did.
Hold on.
They went to Japan. It was for an exhibition race. The number 1 Dale Jr. car and the number 3 Dale Senior Coke cars were from they went, I think, twice to Japan.
I do not. Yeah, no, I just
and
don't.
They ran on the F1 Japan circuit.
I think. Here's what I think. That's pre 9/11.
It's probably easier.
Which also, they're not.
I don't feel like they're flying them. I feel like you're putting them on a cargo ship. But I don't know.
It's either that or they're loading them up on, because granted, without giving away too much, I work at the airport. I know I've never said where exactly I work, but I work at the airport. I'm not going to say that's all you're getting, at least till later. We'll find out if it gets to that point. But I have seen, like
cars get flown?
Yes. I have, okay, for instance, I used to work out on the tarmac at the airport. What I did, I'm trying to think of a way to code this. Well, we're gonna call it. I serviced planes. We're just gonna say that. I serviced a very, very, very high caliber. I don't know how to explain it. High level, high ranking, person's plane, and that high person's plane flies with a whole entire employee workforce. This entire employee workforce, every vehicle is flown in 2 days before for when they leave the airport and they go around the city doing what they're doing. You could probably just draw clues to what I'm saying, and no, I'm not joking. I 100% did this. I know it sounds like BS, but it's 100% true. I think that's the best way I can put it. The cargo planes get there 2 or 3 days before this person does. They offload all the cars and everything, take them to a secure location. And then when the guy's plane gets here, that comes and they pick up his whole crew and everything in those cars, and him and everything. And it's a huge deal. I mean, like crazy stuff. So I guess I could see them flying. Just the logistics of it is crazy, and it's probably super expensive. But
yeah. I mean, we could probably do research and figure out how Formula One gets their cars around the world, and
that's so true. I don't know
NASCAR
why.
Does.
I don't know why I've never thought about that.
But I just think logistically and for everything that it just wouldn't make sense to fly 40, 36, whatever, or boat or however you plan on getting them over there. I would assume flying would be a lot faster. But getting them over to like Europe, I just don't think that would make a lot of sense.
Unless they sponsor or not sponsor, if they partner with, say, the NASCAR Euro teams and do cars that way.
And just don't run next-gen cars, run NASCAR Europe cars?
Yeah, you're right. Their cars are different.
Yeah.
That wouldn't make any sense.
No. I just don't think it makes sense
to
go...
No, I mean, that's the thing. Mexico, South
what about
America.
Canada?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Mexico, South
America.
What
happened to that? That's what we thought, or I thought was coming before the whole, it's probably going to be Mexico. Everybody keep, you know. That's a whole lot easier logistically to get there, I feel like, than Mexico.
No, 100%.
Because you're not going like that far over the border, and you already go to Watkins Glen and like all these tracks right on the border of Canada. But like you went across the border of Mexico and like down deep into Mexico.
Yeah, no, that is true. I mean, it's not like they were going to Tijuana to race. They went to Mexico City, like.
But I think that all the schedule stuff will be interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious. I can't remember last year when the schedule came out.
It's going to come out at a different time every year because they're going to have different struggles of what's getting on, what's not staying.
Very true.
Etc.
But yeah, on to our next news topic. Ryan Truex is back in the Xfinity Series, starting for Haas Factory at Dover.
I thought he was running for Sam Hunt. I thought he was a Toyota guy.
Hold on. Give me a second, because I swear it said Haas Factory. Or SHR. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, SHR Sam Hunt Racing. Stewart Haas Racing doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I know. I just assumed that
that
the source was like, oh yeah, it's Haas. My bad. Sam Hunt Racing. I'm an idiot.
If you live in a betting state, bet on Ryan Truex to win at Dover before they like catch on and change the odds.
Yeah, because he's going for 3 times in a row winning
But
Dover.
also, I'm not telling you what to do with your money or how to bet. So
yeah, no, we
don't
do that
or advise that. I'm sorry, I didn't.
I don't condone sports betting.
We don't ever sports bet.
And if we do it legally in Georgia. That didn't need air quotes. It actually is legal. Yeah,
we use Grid Rival.
Yeah, Grid Rival's great.
Well. We need to like start actually posting our like referral codes for that.
Oh yeah,
and then like, let us know if you're interested at all in our higher or lower or matchup betting picks that we occasionally make.
I don't do it every week. I don't
either.
Occasionally. It depends. If I have like a few extra bucks, I might do it.
I got on the other week and had like $25 just randomly sitting in my account that I did not deposit. So check yours every now and again randomly. But we could start putting them on the Instagram story if you wanted to like tail our bet. Don't tail our bet. We've never won anything off of it, but
very true. Yeah, I have no money.
Okay.
On I don't know
how I got, or it was 15, but still.
Yeah, and if you want a referral code, hit us up. We'll refer you. But yeah. So, and then the last thing in our news is the Clash is set to return to Bowman Gray for 2026. Let's go.
Chase Elliott back-to-back, calling it now.
If you call that from this point, I'm gonna be very shocked. But anyways,
worth a shot. I had to try.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Honestly,
I'm gonna call it now. Cody Ware wins the Clash. Yeah, no, I'll edit that out.
No, you can leave that. Leave that.
Yeah, me and my Zinger picks.
Yeah, Tony Breidinger to win at Lime Rock. Cody Ware they're kind of the same thing if we're
Hey,
being
Blake.
honest.
Anyways, that probably just scared the crap out of Mal.
And Rosie.
And Rosie, too, yeah.
I was just waiting to see, like, feet under the door, like, Mal
Yeah,
open
the
the door and be
shadow
like,
come
"Excuse
under.
me."
What? Anyways. Okay, so yeah, that's all we got on the news this week. Xfinity race at Chicago. That was fun. That's for sure.
It was something.
It was something. I believe you probably have a lot more to say about this than I do, but
A certain part of the race.
yes. Yeah, in general.
Well,
but
yeah.
you could, because you made the notes for
Yes.
it. But
Okay.
anyways, Xfinity race. Here we go.
So SVG wins stage 1, shocks no one. Stage 2 was won by, why is it getting, Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, that was interesting because it looked like for a minute
I looked at Lily and I said, I can't wait to see how he's going to finish second in this one.
he did not finish second.
Which is
but
not me hating on him at all. It just somehow, some way, he always finds a way to finish second.
this poor guy.
But that was the first time he's won a stage since Darlington in August of 2024, which I thought was nuts when I read that.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I don't feel like he's had as good of a season this year as last year.
Yeah.
I mean, because last year it felt like every other race, Sheldon Creed's finally going to win, and then he comes in second.
Yeah.
But, you know.
And then your winner of the race was none other than SVG, since we already talked about that a little bit. So now we're going to go through kind of some of the notable things. We're going to start out with 3 incidents that all involved Joe Gibbs' cars on laps 5, 7, and 8. They really were going through it. Jack Perkins spins from 7th in turn 6, backs into the wall, and picked up a hefty amount of damage on the car. And then I threw this in here. I'm going to go out on a limb and personally say that Sammy Smith ran him over and wrecked him, but there is no clear-cut evidence from the replays because of the camera angle. But if we're going to be honest, Sammy Smith has a track record
history,
of it.
yeah.
Also, dude, I swear every time they
The
showed
usual
Sammy Smith
suspects.
on Saturday, he was running somebody over on the street course. They were like, and here's somebody having a good, Sammy Smith's up their butt. And the 8 cars just driving somebody
Yeah.
off. Lap 7, William Sawalich stops on track from 9th with an electrical issue, which also, they were all running really good when they started having issues. So, I mean, if you're a Joe Gibbs fan, sorry.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah. Brandon Jones was black flagged for radio issues, which before the race, Austin Hill had radio issues and still got to keep his starting spot.
Consistency. We cry out for it every single week. It'd be crazy if it actually happened.
Stay tuned to the cut portion of this for more consistency.
Oh, God. Yeah, you're right.
And then lap 14, you had Brad Perez spin to the tire barrier in turn 4 from 19th. I mean, obviously, I wasn't going to be like, oh, Brad Perez is going to win, but like, he normally runs, for the most part, road courses. I thought he was going to do halfway all right. He was in an Alpha Prime car. Brendan Poole's like gone crazy this year for some reason in an Alpha Prime car. Excuse me. Lap 27, Josh Bilicki stops on track from first with a fire burning in his car. I thought that was interesting because I didn't really notice that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, there were a couple parts of it where I was kind of on the go.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Guess he was listening to Sean Kingston.
Somebody call 911, shawty fire burning on the dance floor. Ooh, whoa.
There you go.
I'm going to commit tax fraud and
yeah.
go into prison with my mom.
Yeah. What a guy.
Yeah. Drops like the most banger of bangers in like 2007.
When we were in elementary school.
Yes. Like I remember Tangent time. Tangent 1, mark it.
Well, non-NASCAR Tangent 1.
Yeah. I got an iPod at a very early age.
Me as well.
It was probably 7, I think, when I got my. Granted, you're like 3 years younger than me, so this is like iPod, like
Nano.
Like Nano with the tiny little screen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So like old.
I got an iPod Touch in like 4th or 5th grade.
See that? Yeah, that checks out.
That's
for
our
your
age
for
difference.
sure.
Oh yeah. Just little old me.
Yeah. Yes, calm down over there, youngin.
Grandpa got a Nano.
Yeah. So I had that, and I would like upgrade my iPod pretty much every year for my birthday. And I remember like sitting in the backseat of my car with my headphones on. Granted, I also was like 7 or 8 listening to like August Burns Red, As I Lay Dying, like metal bands, and like throw Under Oath in there too. Like I've listened to that type of music for a very long time.
We had a wildly different first, like, handful of songs.
It was like that, and then like Fall Out Boy, and then Kevin Rudolph.
I don't even know who Kevin Rudolph is.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Blake.
Off
yes,
the pod.
You do. Yes, you do. No.
Uh-oh.
On the pod, because I know for a fact that you know this song. This is totally off topic at all, but I mean, it's,
we'll cut this out of the podcast for copyright reasons, I'm sure.
Yeah, we will have to cut this part. Yeah.
That was in a Madden game.
That checks out. Yeah.
That's literally the only reason I know that. That was in a Madden game. If you know, you know.
But yeah, so I was listening to stuff.
That's hilarious.
Stuff like that, and then hold on, we'll cut the little.
And then after this, I guess I'll just share what I was buying and listening to. This surprises me in no way for you.
But my pull was that my mom had to listen to, or had to pull up the lyrics to every song that I got, and I was like, they're a Christian band. They are. Or were. I don't know. There's like a weird thing where all these bands that were like Christian bands back in the day aren't Christian bands anymore. But yeah, so that was like what I was listening to at the ripe age of 7 years old. That, Devil Wears Prada, all that stuff. I'm sure yours was like, and Uncle Sam put his name at the top of the...
Yeah, some of it.
Boom. Called it.
But like, let me think. Taylor Swift, not shocking in the slightest.
If you didn't know, Blake is the biggest Taylor Swift fan I've ever met in my life.
Well, that's...
Okay, let me rephrase it. The biggest male Taylor Swift fan I've ever met in my life.
Does not make me sound crazy.
No, I'm joking. But yeah, no, that's
I had
a fun
like
fact.
that and like Iaz and like...
Shouties like a melody.
I think that literally might have been the first song I ever bought.
That's hilarious. That was
There's
a
a shot
song.
that was the first one I ever bought. But then you had like just the like random Christian music at the time, and then like Katy Perry and like just my wide range of music that is just very bipolar started when I first got on iPod. It's
no accurate 100%, because while I did have that, I also had like Fall Out Boy and Kesha and the random Christian music and all that stuff,
like Newsboys and DC Talk and like
what will people think if they think
who's the white guy?
Toby Mac.
Yeah,
he also was in DC Talk.
Yeah, okay,
yes.
That's what I thought. But yeah.
But
you want to get back to NASCAR now?
Let's get back to NASCAR now.
You
guys learn more about us every single week. I say it all the time. Anyways, continue.
Lap 33 of the Xfinity race, SVG's cool shirt stopped working. He was in the care center for like an hour or two after the race.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of cool suit issues this weekend, because Larson even had, in the Cup race, had cool suit. But
I didn't know that.
You just hear about it at the beginning of the race and then didn't really hear about it after that.
Yeah, that's fair. Lap 35, Thomas Annunziata spins in turn 2 from 8th, then gets hit by Taylor Gray and Andre Castro. I threw that one in mainly just because, like, he only runs select road course races because, like, he runs Trans Am cars and, like, is a road racer. So it was pretty cool to see him up in 8th. Sucks that it didn't finish that way. But and then I just threw this one also in because Andre Castro seems like he kind of piled in that last one. He then spun from 27th into the tire barriers like 10 laps later.
Yeah.
So love that for him. Slay Queen. All that good stuff.
Slay the boots down, mama.
And then here's my favorite part of the race. On the final restart, Connor Zilic had the lead. SVG was in second. Now, granted, you did kind of understand that SVG had the faster car and was probably going to win. I didn't expect him to just straight up drive through Connor Zilic going into turn 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He had enough speed because it was an overtime restart. It was green, white, checker. He had enough speed that he didn't have to do that. Yeah. That just like... And it's not like, oh, I hate SVG now or anything like that, but that's just so unimpressive to me that the first opportunity you get at trying to pass the guy, you just go ham and right at him.
Yeah. Like, I think on the restart, from what I heard through, like, the podcast, because I think I watched this sitting beside the pool, so, like, I couldn't really see my screen super duper well. It kind of looked like on the restart that Zilic kind of did door SVG a little bit, and he's like, oh, okay, we're gonna race like that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can see that to an extent, but it also, the only reason I didn't, I guess, factor that in too much is because I feel like if you go back and watch every restart all weekend, the top two get into each other because how tight turn 12 is and getting down the front stretch. But again, it's not fully like just trashing SVG, but like I would have just liked to have seen the last incident not happen and to see SVG run him down and them actually race for it. But B, also would kind of like to see, you're the better road course driver. You had the better car that day. You were going faster all day. Show us what you got.
Yeah. And also, like, I know SVG is running part-time for JRM, but they're teammates too.
Yeah.
So,
and like, I think Zilich handled the post-race interview really well, but I also do think that, like he said at the end, where he's like, I didn't really expect for him to race me that way. Like, I'll remember that.
Yeah.
Like, I do think that if it comes down to it at Sonoma and they get in a similar situation, SVG's probably going to get used up by Zilich.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it.
And honestly, like, kind of just as he should.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get what you're saying for sure.
Yeah. I mean, your teammates, yeah, but, like, SVG isn't running for anything other than the trophy.
Yeah. No, 100%.
You're running with a legitimate shot at a championship, it feels like.
Yeah. No, seriously.
But, I mean, ultimately, he did finish second, so it wasn't, like, the craziest. Like, he didn't just straight up wreck him. But it was a little, like, okay, man.
Definitely.
Enough on that. We shall go through the finishing order of the top 10. Connor Zilich was second. Sheldon Creed was third. Whoop, whoop. Not second. Doesn't add on to his record of the most second-place finishes. Austin Hill was fourth, which it's so odd to me how good he is at the street course every year.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. I was like, I don't remember him being an absolute
Dude, every road courses. No, and that's the thing is, like, he's not super crazy good at road courses. Like,
it's just the street
Mexico,
course.
He got lucky this year, in my opinion, and had stuff fall the right way because he didn't have that great of a day.
Well, I remember when they ran that Xfinity ran at Portland, he was in second with SVG.
Okay, well then maybe he's just good at road courses, and we just
don't know. I
didn't
know
because now
honestly.
that I'm thinking about it, Sonoma too, he finished second to SVG. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Maybe,
That's true.
maybe we just overlooked that. Okay. Nick Sanchez finishes fifth. Good finish coming off of the win in Atlanta. Jesse Love sixth. Sammy Smith seventh. Sam Mayer eighth. Austin Green ninth. Another road course ringer. That's good to see. And then Brennan Poole 10th.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But that wraps up our Xfinity.
Oh, I have like one small thing I just thought of.
Okay.
I was looking through Xfinity stuff earlier. The third, so the NASCAR app ranks drivers per series for the year. Sam Mayer's ranked third for the Xfinity Series. That feels wrong.
Yeah.
But, it doesn't also at the same time if you think about how consistent he is with top 10s.
That's true.
But, 1 and 2, would they not have to be, which I'll look this up later because now I'm curious, but would they not have to be?
Sorry if that was loud. My bad.
Zilich and Allgaier?
Yeah, you would think.
But then where's Austin Hill?
Probably not far behind. You said Sammy Smith was third?
No, Sam Mayer.
Sam Mayer. My bad. Sam Mayer. Probably not far behind Sam Mayer, I would assume.
Or is he second? I don't know. 3 feels odd for him personally.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But, I mean, there wasn't really much value to add. It was just something random I saw earlier that I thought I would throw out.
Yeah. But on to the Cup Series race. So, SVG wins the pole, sweeps the poles for the weekend, and wins Xfinity, as we just said.
Yeah.
Stuff for this race starts in qualifying, honestly.
Because, we already touched on all the Hendrick stuff.
Yeah. So, Corey Heim does not qualify for this race, yet he ran faster than Bubba Wallace.
Yeah.
So
that's how competitive the open cars were for this race.
Yeah. No, they really were. I mean, freaking Katherine Legge got him booted, sent him home.
It really doesn't shock me, though, if we're being honest.
No, it doesn't.
Because,
agree.
that's her thing.
Yeah.
But the shocking part is that it was a Live Fast Motorsports BJ McLeod entry, part-time car, not knocking him, but, typically...
Against a 2311 car, yeah.
And typically Live Fast only shows up at drafting tracks.
Yeah.
Except for with Katherine Legge now.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, they need to keep a hand on her.
Yeah,
If they,
I think it would. I think if anything, she would be a good road course ringer. And if you want to play like how everybody's saying that like Trackhouse only has SVG to exploit the new format with road courses and whatnot, I mean, if she starts showing enough promise, maybe try that. If you're a small team that could just use the money from a win or two. I mean, granted, she did. I mean, she finished top 20. We're not saying that she's like on the verge of winning or anything.
Yeah,
but like,
no, but
it was impressive to see that.
I think give her a few more years, maybe. Who knows?
I mean, we'll see what happens.
I mean, we'll talk more about her later, but it was nuts to see that. So, Denny Hamlin ends up having an engine issue, which causes him to have to. It was in practice.
Yeah, and they replaced the motor.
Yeah.
It was like lap 1 of practice, getting up to speed.
Mm-hmm. So he ended up having to start from the rear, along with, here we go, Noah Gragson, Katherine Legge, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ty Dillon, Bubba Wallace, and Alex Bowman.
And Byron.
I left him out. And Byron. My bad.
I think that's it.
All of them start from the rear.
Yeah.
So now we're actually going to get to the race. We're actually going to get to Sunday. Lap 1, going into turn 1, Michael McDowell takes control of this race, and he kind of, I'm not going to say dominates the first half or first stage, but he ends up winning the stage. So
he looked like the only one that could compete with SVG.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Which is not shocking.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, road courses are also his kind of thing, too. There's a lot of people that road courses are kind of their thing now. But on lap 3, Byron comes to pit road with a clutch issue and ends up retiring the car. Something I wanted to bring up on this. I do say this just because it's interesting for this to be a Hendrick car, and this is a stat for them. I do like William Byron.
You like him so much that you put his decal on the back of your new car.
Hey, Blake. Do we remember who my all-time favorite driver is? Jeff Gordon. That's what the 24 is for. It is not for William Byron, even though I don't hate William Byron. Don't get me wrong. It's my dad's favorite driver. His favorite driver was Jeff Gordon. When I started getting NASCAR and he started coming to race, he's like, I need to pick a driver. And he's like, I guess I'll just pick 24. But this is the 4th consecutive race that he has finished outside of the top 25.
Didn't Bowman have a similar streak to that, too, this year?
I don't think it was that bad, though. He did have a few DNFs, but nothing, like, insane. But also, I mean, let's be honest. Blaney has a similar stat for this year, too.
Blaney might lead the series in DNFs this year.
Yeah.
Well, him or Bubba, honestly, are the first two that come to mind.
True. I mean, for series regulars, definitely. So then, lap 4, granted, we are 4 laps into the race. There's a red flag thrown because Hocevar ends up hitting the inside wall and spins out and ends up collecting a lot of people from blocking the track. This is in turn 7, correct? It's like where 7 butts up to 12. 12's on the other side. He hits it.
He hit he was trying to really hit the apex, and he hit the inside of the turn, which shot him into the outside wall of the next straight.
Yes.
Going from 7 to 8, I believe.
Yeah, and I think that also is the wall. The wall that he hit second is for turn 12. I think.
I have no clue.
I want to say that was the way that the timeline broke it down.
But he moved that wall. That was a crazy hit.
Yeah, no, it was wild for sure. And then that's like a real blind spot for all the spotters because you can't really see there because of trees and stuff.
Yeah.
So, people just start piling in. It ends up,
and which the other thing too is you're taking that turn not knowing what's coming next,
and then it's like, oh crap,
yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunately, this collects Brett Keselowski, Austin Dillon, Allmendinger, Brown, Suarez, Gilliland, R.I.P. our Flamin' Pickles car.
Yeah, gone too soon.
Gone too soon. Please run it again. And Riley Herbst.
I hate that for Will Brown because that's 2 years in a row that his day ended before it could even get started, and we don't know what he has to offer in a next gen car.
Yeah,
because mind you, him and SVG were neck and neck in the Australian V8 supercars and always had great battles. So
who knows? I think if we continue to do street courses, he'll probably come back. I think.
I mean, he did Sonoma last year.
That's true.
In the RCR car, and that didn't end well.
Yeah. But, Yeah, so after this, over the radio, Austin Dillon calls Hocevar the biggest dumbass in the sport.
I don't feel like he has any room to call anybody
Yeah, no, I mean...
Where have you been all year?
Richmond?
Richmond got blown out of proportions very badly.
Okay, fair. But...
Go, and if you... Not you, but like if you don't agree with me... Go look up Joey Logano's career highlights. Now he's won races, and then come back to me and tell me that was blown out of.
True.
I mean, Joey Logano's never got a win. The qualifying for playoffs, points being taken away, all that kind of stuff for a move like that. Denny hasn't.
Yeah.
But because you wrecked Denny and Joey, which he didn't really wreck Denny, that was just
happenstance.
That was a racing incident at that point, and it was just as much on Denny as it was on Austin when you watched telemetry.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
I will say though, and I'll stand on this: the finish of that Richmond race last year.
Oh, it was electric.
The most badass finish that I have ever seen. I think
I'd guarantee you that has created. Or that created a lot of new fans in the sport if that was their first time watching.
100%. I mean,
imagine just showing that to an F1 fan and you're like, this is what we do.
This is
like,
what we do.
What?
Huh?
So how long was he banned? He raced next week.
Yeah.
What was his time penalty? Time penalty?
What's a time penalty? Yeah.
What's a kilometer?
What the? It's a kilometer! Yeah, so, like I said, Michael McDowell wins stage 1. So,
Woo.
McDowell wins stage 1, and that's about it. He pits with having throttle issues. It sounded like his throttle kept getting stuck. Ends up retiring the car.
Which they said he cut the car off and like rode the momentum of going down the bridge to turn 12 into the pits. So he just coasted all the way down there because the throttle was sticking.
So stage 2 was pretty uneventful for the most part.
Uneventful. That Blaney won.
Yeah, Blaney won stage 2.
What's a polar bear doing on a road course?
Yeah, no, literally. I mean, I'm just happy he won. He didn't wreck, you know?
That's sad that's the point we're at.
No, it's so true though. I mean, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about Josh Berry spinning out. He spun out at some point and brought it to caution.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about it. So, lap 60. This was interesting because I don't know how I missed this in the broadcast.
Because that broadcast rivaled Fox.
Oh my God! Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that because I brought
which
it up.
I now want to find a way to go back and watch the entirety of the Atlanta race, which I'm sure it's going to be on some sort of streaming.
Yeah, if not, like give it a few weeks, it'll be on YouTube.
I want to know if they were that bad at Atlanta too.
Yeah, let us know.
God, were they bad at
if
Chicago.
the Atlanta broadcast was bad. I mean, I watched the last 20 laps this week, and it wasn't that bad from what I remember. But either way, I mean, yeah, so where was I?
The ambulance.
Oh, yeah, so I totally missed this. I just remember there being a caution thrown. I just kind of assumed it was for debris because nothing actually happened. But it was to let a ambulance across to the park that the track goes around for a fan that was having a medical emergency. So NASCAR paid this fan and said, hey, at this time, we're going to call you and say, hey, you got to fall and break your arm. And then we're going to have an ambulance come. No, I'm joking. But yeah.
I feel like this is one of the small things that if we're going to continue to do street courses needs to get ironed out.
Yeah,
and I'm not discounting this person and their health and their safety and their well-being, but like there's a race that you're stopping to send an ambulance across. Like, what if that's the last 10 laps of the race?
Yeah.
And you're about to just wipe out a great finish or something like that. Again, not downplaying the person's health, well-being, and safety and all of that. But, like, can we
build an access bridge?
Or, again, I understand that this is in Chicago and they have a lot of needs for ambulances and fire trucks and whatnot. Can you not have like a tent with paramedics set up or an ambulance parked already just over there?
That way it's just one crossover and not there and back. That's true. Which also there was never another caution thrown, so maybe it was after the race that it went back. But
maybe. But like I feel like there's some way, or like a pedestrian like walk over.
That's kind of what
bridge,
I was thinking. Like if
to
you
wheel said I mean, again, if it's bad enough, Like,
if
we don't
it's
know
life or death,
Yeah.
no one ever said what happened.
Yeah.
If it was as simple as
Now,
someone.
yeah, take this with a grain of salt. If you've seen somewhere that this was like life or death, then like
Yeah.
our argument's done at that point. But we're going off of this is somebody that just needed medical attention that was not life threatening.
True. Yeah. No. But yeah, I mean, this was interesting to me because I've never seen this before,
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah, so this was. Okay, so here we go. I think that I may have missed this little part, but Joey Logano and Ross Chastain end up getting into it, and then after the race, Joey goes up to Ross and is like, I don't like what you did. And then Ross goes, you don't like what I did? I did it on purpose, apparently. Allegedly. Yeah. Like, do you have any more on this?
So, the incident on track was like a typical road course wreck. It started from 3 or 4 back. Well, all that Ross knows because of the spotter situation of like turn 1 was that Joey was the last person to get into him when he slapped the tire barrier. So then going into 2, he got into Joey. I mean, it was just, you got into me, I'm going to get into you, was what Ross was thinking. I mean, I don't know if, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he probably did it on purpose, knowing Ross, but the way that he did it, I mean, I don't know if you can for sure say that it was on, I don't know. But the other thing too is like, I mean, I'm kind of glad to see somebody get in another driver's face without that one security guard getting in the middle of it. But, like, I think it's dumb that Joey, like, Ross shouldn't get any sort of penalty unless there's just clear-cut evidence. Because then you're just going to have every driver pulling a Joey, talking out their rear end after the race.
Yeah.
Well, he said he wrecked me on, which I don't believe a word that comes out of Joey Logano's mouth when it comes to a situation like that.
100%.
Because, I mean, you look at, again, let's go back to Richmond last year. He tried to kill Austin Dillon's whole entire family because he was upset.
True.
I mean, dude sucks.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely. So, after this was something that was really interesting. So, I think it was from the whole Joey and Ross thing. Stenhouse gets major damage, and he is stuck on the track, basically. He's trying to get the thing rolling. You can see the tire in the tire well just going like this, all in it. Like, I mean, not spinning like a normal tire. Like,
it was like bouncing around.
Yes. And somehow he has the bright idea, hey, I'm going to pull off the track over here where the ambulance is. And he pulls over there. And I'm like, wow, great move to keep the race green. Then, a lap later, maybe even the same lap, I don't know, Cindric ends up stopped with a broken toe link. Great move on Ricky Stenhouse to try and keep the race green.
I mean, I think if there's something that we could learn from F1, it would be that.
Yeah.
That, like, hey, George Russell's having issue with his car. He needs to retire it. What does he do? He finds the safest spot that is coming up to pull the car out of the way so they can then come recover it, but they don't have to throw a safety car and slow the whole pace of the race down. I just think it's good practice if you're in a situation like
where
this. And even like Sonoma or something, if you could like tuck in a service access road or behind a barrier or something, it ain't going to hurt nothing. Just go back there.
Yeah. No, it was a good move. I liked seeing that because it was like, oh, is he going to throw the caution? Are they going to throw it? I don't know. I guess the caution flag was broken. But it is what it is. So we're almost at this point.
Well, there was another incident too earlier it was Josh Berry. I mean,
it took him forever to throw that flag,
and his car was destroyed.
Yes, they're like, is he gonna move? He's laying there like police outline already drawn around him. Throw the caution.
I guess, honestly, if we could say one thing, they were very consistent on taking so long to make sure that they weren't going to... Which, it's a double-edged sword. And I'll save getting through the last one before we have that little tangent.
Yeah.
Because I think you know where I'm going with it.
So, Bowman and Bubba, good Lord, what happened here? I cannot remember exactly. I just know that they got into each other, and then they didn't show half of it, and then Bubba was spun out.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, Bubba is on older tires. Following right behind Bubba is Tyler Reddick, and right behind Tyler Reddick is Alex Bowman. Reddick gets to the inside and makes a move on Bubba. So Bowman follows because, mind you, they both have fresher tires. They're both faster. Bubba loses his mind that Bowman's about to pass him. Races him hard. That's fine. Door slams him. Okay. They have a history. Whatever. Then for the next, for turns 11 and 12, he just tried to put Bowman in the wall to keep him behind him. And 12, he kind of did.
Yeah.
And then going into 1, he used him up again. And then going into 2, he used him up again. And this time he pinched him in the wall hard enough and then just tried to self-clear.
Yeah.
And wrecked himself off the nose of Bowman.
Yeah.
And I'd challenge you, if you think that it happened differently, to go listen to Bubba's spotter on Door Bumper Clear talk about how his driver ruined their day and wrecked the car. All on his own. And I mean, here's the thing. I don't think that the in-season tournament played that big of a role into it, honestly. I just think Bubba is still mad over how last year went with Bowman.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get that. I see that. But, yeah, so I want to say after the race, Bowman was interviewed, and he's like, yeah, apparently our beef isn't squashed. And then Bubba was just like, yeah, we're good.
Well, and I think Bubba, for him, probably took the smartest course of action and walked off pit road and didn't say anything to Bowman.
Yeah.
Or didn't talk to anybody.
True.
Because, I feel like that's one of Bubba's biggest downfalls of his career is he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's very overly emotional in a lot of aspects, and normally would go off in a situation like that and make people not like him.
True. Definitely. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You want me to take the next one?
Yeah, sure.
Lap 74. Two to go, racing to the white flag. Cody Ware is, I don't know, probably 15th-ish, give or take. His brake rotor explodes going into, what's that turn that, it's 1 and then...
I cannot remember what turn it is.
It's one of the, highest speed turns on the track.
Yeah, it's after a straightaway.
Yeah. A big straightaway. Well, his brake rotor explodes. He hits the wall to try to scrub some speed off. He goes
95.
Yeah, 95 miles per hour, head on into the tire barrier. And he just sits there. And then he sits there some more.
What, 35 seconds for them to throw the caution?
No, I think it was over a minute. Or it was a minute. Because
it was a while,
They raced around, took the white flag, raced through 2, and then called it on the straightaway from 2 to 3.
Yeah. So, caution's a caution. I mean, when the guy goes 95 miles an hour into a tire barrier, I know it's a tire barrier. It's not a concrete wall, but
yeah. But last year when
Larson,
he moved the wall behind the tire barrier.
Yeah, and they called it.
I get you didn't call anything all day, but that's bad.
Yeah.
The fan video.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, yeah, nobody saw it. There's a person with a flag watching a blur of speed go by at Mach Jesus head on into the tire barrier.
It literally, I feel like some of the track officials were just city workers. That they
Off topic, I did see a TikTok of a track worker that had Cody Ware's front bumper.
Yes.
And he's like, who's in Chicago and wants to come scoop this front bumper?
Yeah.
Let me know. I was like, what?
That's nuts.
But
because they pulled his car out and it was destroyed.
I also saw, it was either a TikTok or a tweet, I don't know the validity of it, but apparently the car had a small fire also in the process of that wreck. I again take that with a grain of salt because I couldn't find anything confirming or denying that.
Interesting.
I mean, I could see it smoking. I don't know about a small fire. I could see it smoking from blowing the radiator out and all the lines and everything off. But ultimately, at the end of the day, NASCAR will never admit it. Yeah. But they wanted that race over.
Yeah, I mean, you had the threat of weather coming in.
And they didn't want 40 restarts on wet weather tires and everybody killing everybody.
Yeah. So I guess,
They also were in uncharted territory because no street course race has went the full distance so far.
Mm-hmm. Very
and then
true.
you had the threat of weather, and they were like, oh my God, we've seen this one 2 times already.
I think I've seen this film before. Yeah. But yeah, so lap 75 is when the cautions wait for Cody Ware, who crashed on lap 74.
And lap 75 is...
the last lap. What?
That's what I was about to say.
Okay, gotcha.
Which,
so, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to talk about who you picked to win. That has to be the most unlucky man to touch down in Chicago, because him and Billy Scott cook up the greatest strategies known to man, but employ it like 3 to 5 laps too late.
Yes, bro, because last year, chasing down Bowman for the win. This year, chasing down SVG.
All because, and even me, I'm like, that's stupid. You're in like 4th, and you're going to go all the way back to 15th or 16th, but for new... Okay, yeah, goodbye. See you... Nope, here he comes.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. I was like, man, if this was just another 10 laps.
I don't even know if it would take 10. I feel like another 5, he's on him.
Yeah, I mean, I was originally going to say 5, but I was like, let me stretch it just a little bit.
No, I mean...
It was, yeah. I mean, because towards the end...
Tires mattered a lot this year.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's the first time we've had a, like, truly, like...
That is true.
...hot race there, you know?
And the track, like, didn't go from wet to dry or whatever. Like,
yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. But SVG wins.
Shocker.
Yeah, shocker. I've got a few little tidbits about him for this one.
This is gonna piss all the Southerners off.
Yeah, get ready. I'm about to do it. I hope you're quaking in your boots or whatever. So, SVG has had 33 Cup starts. He is tied with Jimmy Johnson to the fastest 3 wins. Does that make sense the way I just said that?
Yeah.
Fastest 2-3 wins, which Jimmy Johnson did in 2002. He is now 5th in playoff points. He's now 27th in regular season points. He was 32nd.
Which, this is where I'd like to talk about how broken the playoff format is.
True. I'm going to say it, but don't hate the player, hate the game. First driver since Kyle Busch at Indy in 2016 to sweep the pole and win across Cup and Xfinity. And we're headed to Sonoma. If he wins here, he will be tied with Larson, Christopher Bell, and Denny Hamlin, I think.
For playoff points.
Well, no. I'm talking about race wins. Has Denny gotten 3? I can't remember. I know for sure the first 2 I said he's going to be tied with them if he wins at Sonoma.
Okay, let's see. Larson has 3, Hamlin has 3, Bell has 3.
He'll be tied with them. So, I want all of you who said, putting SVG in Cup is stupid. Why would you do that? He's not ready to go to Cup.
I don't think he ever should have went to the Xfinity
Series.
No,
it's fair. I'm not directing this at you. I'm directing this at you.
Yes.
Yeah. Trackhouse hired him to be a super, or I was about to call him a super speedway merchant because that's what we said so much. A road course merchant. That's what he's doing, and he's doing a damn good job at it.
And honestly, until they fix the playoff format,
he's going to keep doing a good job at it.
Which, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, and this isn't hate against him, but like he probably will get bounced in the first round unless now there is a world in which he wins Sonoma and then he wins Watkins Glen, and then that's 5 race wins. No, he'd have 4 because he's
if he wins Sonoma.
Well, what all has he won so far in the Cup Series this year?
You're right. It was
yeah. So Sonoma would be 2. So scratch what Justin said about tying Bell and Hamlin and everybody.
No, he would.
No, he'd only have 2. You were thinking
he's won Chicago. He won Mexico.
Okay,
so if he wins Sonoma, he ties them.
Okay, right. Okay, so then that'd be 3, and then you win Watkins Glen, that'd be 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be 20 playoff points. So there is a world in which if he wins out on road courses that he just has enough playoff points to coast through to round 2.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. Whenever you look at the playoff schedule,
but like he's not he's not a legitimate shot at winning the championship.
No. I'm not saying that.
No,
but I'm saying that
you
look at the first round. If he coasts his way there, if he can coast his way to the next round, you have
the Roval.
You have the Roval.
Isn't that the second round or is that the third round?
Second round.
Yeah, so then
you have the Roval, and then you do have Talladega in the round of 8.
And as long as he doesn't get wrecked.
Yeah.
See, okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm not saying that he's going to make the round of 4, But there is a world.
Yeah.
There's a weird alternate timeline.
If Joey Logano could win the championship last year, he could.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Which, I don't know. I think that this playoff format has run its course and it should be taken out back.
Yeah.
It's
Look at the
so
flowers.
bad.
Yeah. No, it is.
Because, like, you have Chase Elliott, who is, like, in a battle for the regular season title right now with Byron. Then you go over and you look at playoff standings, and that drops Chase from 2nd to 11th. Now, I understand, yes, you could probably stay out and capitalize more and win stages like some of these people have. But you've won one race, and then Ross Chastain's won one. You're the second to last person that's won one race. Because Barry's won a race, Briscoe's won a race, Logano's won a race, Cindric's won a race, Blaney's won a race. Those are all your one-time winners. Just something feels wrong about the fact that you can be the second highest point scorer in the whole series, but you're buried in the playoffs.
No, I get that. I get what you're saying, 100%.
And if you just straight look at the top 16 in points and then you go over to playoffs, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I like SVG, but, like, this year, the way that the trajectory he is on is slowly shutting me up on the argument of, like, he doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If you win one road course race, you don't. To me, that's the same thing as Harrison Burton last year. And again, I like both of these people, but, like, I just think it's corny that you can be 30-something in points and just been an afterthought all year, and you win one race and you're in.
It's like every year there is at least one, like, Cinderella story win, and then they get knocked out in the first round.
Yeah. And last year there was 2, Burton and Briscoe.
True.
Yeah.
True.
And it almost was Burton and Busch.
But anyway, so on to your top 10. Obviously, SVG wins. Ty Gibbs, second place. Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch. This is also Kyle Busch's 3rd consecutive top 5 at the Chicago Street Course.
It's just such. It feels like Austin Hill in the Xfinity Series.
Yeah,
like,
well, we'll get to Austin Hill. Don't worry.
No, I know we will.
AJ Allmendinger, Ryan Preece, Alex Bowman, Austin Hill, an Xfinity regular that we didn't know was Dale Earnhardt on a road course. Apparently, finishes 9th, and then Ross Chastain.
Which is that, okay, I have multiple things to take away from the top 10. We're going to start with Ross Chastain. Is that not the most Ross Chastain thing to do? To just run over Joey because you were mad and then somehow salvage a top 10 out of the day?
Yeah, that's so true.
And then let's scroll up a little bit. AJ Allmendinger. That was the quietest road course day I feel like I've ever seen out of him, because honestly, at some points, I'm like, oh, yeah, AJ Allmendinger's running. Yeah. Why is he not up there?
Yeah, no, seriously.
And then, like, I don't like Ty Gibbs. I feel like we all know that by this point, that I'm like, I could lead the Ty Gibbs hate club.
Yeah.
Why is he so good at road courses in this car?
Yeah.
Like, he was pretty good in the Xfinity Series, but also sometimes in the Xfinity Series you have to take things with a grain of salt, because, like, in that series you can still bankroll wins.
Yeah.
Because, like, Ty Gibbs has not shown up on ovals like he did in that series. But road courses, I mean, we've got, like, good. Prime Jeff Gordon over here. I'm saying, like...
I know. I'm just messing with you. But, yeah, no, I get 100%. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Like, why?
Yeah.
If and when he gets his first win, it's a road course.
Yeah,
I'm going to go ahead.
I agree.
It's not a hot take, and it's not crazy to say he's not winning on an oval anytime soon.
Yeah.
If he wins, it's a road course.
Mm-hmm. So, outside of the top 10, Katherine Legge, first woman to run on the Chicago Street Course.
Yes.
Then also the first woman to get a top 20 finish in NASCAR since Danica Patrick in 2017. This is great. I mean, I've talked about up and down since she came over to NASCAR for her limited schedule that she's running. The sport needs more women in the sport, you know.
And also, like, you know, just from the eagle eye, you know, like fly on the wall that I got to see of her in Atlanta through having VIP, she's a great person to have in the garage, because, like, Danica Patrick could not have cared less if you were a fan of hers or not. She stuck her nose up like some drivers do and walked, and who cared? If you knew who Katherine Legge was and you didn't just straight up walk past her, she would stop and talk with you, sign an autograph, take a picture, whatever. So, like, another good personality to have in the garage. And it's also a woman who knows how to drive a race car, not Danica Patrick. Danica Patrick was fine at IndyCar, but boy, did she suck at NASCAR.
Yeah. No, I mean, because that's the thing. You go down to your local short track divisions, and there are plenty of younger women that are racing that want to maybe one day make it to the next step.
I mean, again, not NASCAR, but Formula One has a Formula One Academy that is literally just for women in motorsports that want to go out and run.
Yeah.
They run a limited schedule, and they follow to some races that the F1 calendar goes to. But, I mean, it's just straight up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, NASCAR has had a lack of women because Danica Patrick was the only one in Cup.
Yeah, for a while, yeah.
Has there really been another one?
I mean, historically, yes, but it was like the main other one that my mind goes to is Janet Guthrie in like the 50s or 60s or something. Like,
so, yeah, no.
I mean, you've had your select like Jennifer Jo Cobb in trucks. You've had Natalie Decker in trucks. You've had
Haley Deegan.
Yeah.
But I'm mainly talking more on Cup.
Yeah.
So
no, and I mean not like Haley Deegan fizzled out before there was a shot at her making it to Cup because I think everybody kind of saw the writing on the wall that like, okay, maybe this isn't going to work out like we thought it was.
Yeah.
Natalie Decker, that one should have fizzled out earlier than it did in the nicest way possible, just off of like that one just felt like, here's a girl that has ran cars, sponsorship dollars, boom, put her in the truck series. She wasn't ready. And, I mean, in some of these scenarios, you can say they were set up for failure. Because you could say that about a lot of people in NASCAR over the years.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%.
But
you definitely can.
I think Katherine Legge makes a lot of sense just having the background that she does.
Yeah.
To come in and, even if it's on a limited schedule, run Cup races.
Yeah. But it's cool to see a woman back on the track and actually doing pretty well. And that's the thing. I think the oval stuff will come to her eventually.
Yeah. I mean, if that's something that she or Live Fast or whoever is even interested in.
Yeah.
Because she's running ovals in Xfinity.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I think that there's a shot that we'll see a double out of her in the next 3 years.
Definitely could see that. And
I think that'll be the last double you see for a long time.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Larson.
No full-time drivers are going to go for the double anymore.
No, I agree. I feel like you'll see a lot more IndyCar guys come to NASCAR and do the double that way instead of NASCAR to IndyCar.
Yeah, because I think logistically it makes sense, because if you could call down to Charlotte and just tell the reserve driver to go ahead and get ready and get in the car and drop to the back.
Yeah.
You're not really on it. You're on a time crunch and a scheduling issue still, but it's not the same because, like, if you're Larson, you kind of have to think about it, Indy pitting and getting out of the car.
That's
and
true.
Flying to Charlotte, because you have to be at Charlotte. They let it slide last year, but that is
now
no
there's
longer,
the Larson rule, basically.
which there should be.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because yes, it's good for the sport. Yes, it's exposure, all that. But you are ultimately choosing another series and another race over the one that you are paid to do.
Yeah,
and you're contractually obligated to do.
Yeah, no, 100%. But that is all we got on Shicago. We didn't really get into the brackets last week, but
they're dead.
We're going to get into them a little bit this week.
They're gone.
Our brackets are completely screwed. Blake's was trashed last week. Mine's trashed after this week.
Well, yours wasn't great after Atlanta, but it wasn't trashed to the extent of mine. I don't have a single person left in what my bracket was at this point after Chicago.
I have one, but I have Reddick. But it's still going to, after this week, no matter what happens, it's over for me. But this week in your bracket challenge, if you're keeping up with it, you have got, where is it?
Ty Dillon and Alex Bowman. They're going head-to-head.
Hold on. Yeah, Yeah. Ty Dillon, Alex Bowman.
You have legacy teammates going head-to-head.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Priest and Reddick going head-to-head, and then Ty Gibbs and Zane Smith.
Yeah, so if you're keeping up with the bracket, and I don't think anybody has a perfect bracket because they put out a thing saying after Atlanta there was no perfect brackets anymore. Yeah, if you're keeping up with how absolutely wrecked your bracket is, and you haven't just thrown it in the trash after Atlanta, that's your update on the brackets.
Yeah, so I think realistically who you should expect to move on in this scenario would be Bowman.
Yeah.
You would expect... I'm probably going to say John Hunter Nemechek, honestly.
Yeah.
Reddick over Priest and Gibbs over Smith.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say Reddick wins it all. I'm going to say it here now.
You want me to say mine here now?
Sure.
Ty Dillon. I'm being so serious, too. I'm not even being funny.
I could see it. I think it's going to be Reddick or Ty Dillon, one or the other.
I mean, if he makes it past Bowman, he just has to beat a legacy car.
True.
And the next one's at Dover. One of the two legacy cars normally shows up per week.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is, too.
Yeah.
Just the way that this is playing out, I would not be surprised to see Ty Dillon win this.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, but you know what I'm saying.
Somebody please, sponsor us so we can buy a new card table. This thing is so squeaky. It's insane. You barely bump it, and it's like, "Ear." I'm like, calm down.
Ty Gibbs, well, this is the last week that I feel like he would be favored in something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm with you. It honestly is either probably going to be Reddick or Dillon.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
And let me rephrase that. Not Austin Dillon. No, he's gone. Ty Dillon.
Yeah.
In a Colleague car.
Yeah.
What is this? Why is he prime Dale Earnhardt Sr. in the bracket challenge?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Jesus Christ. But anyways, we are on our way to Sonoma.
Wine country. I'd like to go out there. It looks like a nice, the track itself just looks very nice.
Yeah.
The scenery and all.
Yeah, and I've heard the area around it is pretty cool too.
Because I feel like with a road course, your draw, at least NASCAR-wise, is the scenery around it. If you think about it, Watkins Glen it's a nice area. The street course has its own thing downtown, but then a road course to me is the complete opposite. Because you look at Road America too, they're all out in the country.
Mm-hmm.
You got me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But we talk about paint schemes every single week.
Just all yours.
Yeah. So we do our favorite and our least favorite paint schemes, and this is the portion where we are gonna tell you guys that, and then we'll also make a video about it and go up on the socials. So, Blake, this is the first weekend a really long time that we have not shared the same favorite.
Which I feel has to do with, for the most part, it's primary week.
Everything's just extremely mid. Just take these with a grain of salt. We're not saying these are our favorites. This is my favorite.
I don't know. I really do like mine.
Okay, whatever. Yours is beside the point.
I was between two though that I do really like
Yeah, true. You were. But, anyways, so for our favorites, Blake, what you got?
I'm going to use this as an opportunity to pick Chase Elliott's white Napa car. Let me reiterate that. It is the white Napa car. It's not the blue one. The blue one's mid. This one is...
The white one
I
is
like
clean,
this.
yeah.
I really like this one. And the last time he ran this, he won it in the Clash.
Yeah. We'll see.
Let's hope it can continue.
My favorite this week, I picked a primary, also a car that I've always liked. I just have never picked because it is someone's primary. I went with Austin Dillon's Winchester, or the camo car. Camo is dope. This car looks dope.
Big old Bass Pro on the hood. Can't go wrong with it.
Yeah. No, it's a cool looking car. I've always thought that him and Briscoe's Bass Pro look cool, I think.
I think the only bone to pick I have with Briscoe's is they didn't change enough from Martin Truex Jr. to Briscoe when it comes to that scheme.
I mean,
it's basically the same scheme.
Very true. Very true. But least favorite, what you got, Blake?
So I went with Zane Smith's MRC construction Ford. It's not the worst thing in the world, but the MRC logo's gold and and then there's orange accents all over the car. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which it feels like a sponsor thing more than a design thing. But like, I had to get nitpicky here to not pick Christopher Bell or
Chumba Casino.
Yeah, or the Eero 21, like, or Cody Ware. Like, there was a lot of, like, it got nitpicky. I was thinking, like, Ty Gibbs, AJ Allmendinger, or Zane Smith. I don't know. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but for all the purposes of the video, it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
So, for my least favorite, I went with Mr. Gold Wheels, Cody Ware, the Firebreaker Ford or whatever. I feel like I've picked this one before for a least favorite, but it just does not look good. And I could have picked Chumba Casino, but, I mean, y'all would all be like, oh, typical Justin. He's going to pick Chumba Casino. He's going to hate on it. He's going to hate on that. He's going to hate on Monster Energy. He's going to hate on Gold Wheels. One of those things was true for this week. So, yeah, Cody Ware, my least favorite for sure. Yeah, so that's all we got on some paint schemes. On to the past next-gen winners at Sonoma in Wine Country.
You know what I'm hoping happens with the sale of Rick Ware Racing?
What's that?
All these sponsors are gone. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Because they're Rick Ware. If you ever, like, just get bored on a Sunday after the race and you want to turn NHRA on, Rick Ware has an NHRA team that has identical cars.
Oh, my gosh.
Paint scheme-wise.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So hopefully we get better paint schemes now that team's sold. That would be nice. So your previous next-gen winners at Sonoma. Throwing it back all the way to 2022, you had Daniel Suarez pick up his first ever Cup Series win. 2023, you had Martin Truex Jr. And 2024, you had Kyle Larson.
Interesting there. Strange mix for sure. But, yeah, you had, This was the one. You have Martin Truex go from 2023, from winning Sonoma, to 2024. He runs out of gas like 30 feet from the start-finish line and just creeps.
Was that it?
Yeah,
that sounds
it was
right.
Sonoma. But yeah, so that's your past next-gen winners. To our picks for the week. Wow, we both changed them just in the past, 2 minutes. That's crazy.
I'd been thinking about it, and I
was about to say, I was about to look at you and go, we should just say it for,
Yeah.
Blake, who you got on the Xfinity?
Connor Zilic.
Took my pick from last week.
Well, here's my reasoning behind it.
Wait, did I pick him last week, or did I pick SVG? I picked SVG.
You picked SVG, I picked Zilic.
My bad, sorry.
My reasoning behind this is 1 and 2, when this is all said and done and the closing laps is, I mean, you could probably put your money on it. It's most likely going to be Zilic and SVG.
Yeah.
If it comes down to it, I do not see a world in which Zilic does not move SVG out of the way to win this race.
Valid.
After the way that Chicago ended, Zilic feels wronged because he's a full-time driver and SVG's just over here for trophies.
Yeah.
And, just all that kind of stuff. I was tossing between, I feel like that's going to happen. I just don't see SVG winning if Zilic has anything to say about it.
You want to go ahead and do your cup?
Yeah, I can go ahead and do my cup, too. I'm going to pick Chase Elliott.
Good pick.
I had SVG. Do I think that he probably will win? There's a very strong and high likelihood of that.
Yeah.
My reasoning on this is Chase runs good at Sonoma. Chase has not yet won at Sonoma. Chase is running the white scheme, the white Napa scheme, that the last time he ran that was the Clash, and he won.
Valid.
So I'm going to say we go 2 for 2 this year on the white Napa scheme, and we keep some momentum rolling.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad move for sure. I'm going to say that SVG sweeps the weekend again. I think he's running.
Honestly, that's probably going to happen.
I think he's running high off of winning Chicago, and I think he rides the momentum into Sonoma and wins both races.
I also kind of feel like he's the most just mild-mannered, nothing really seems to piss him off.
Yeah.
But I feel like to an extent, he just wants to absolutely go out there and flex his muscles.
Yeah.
And kind of be like, screw all of you guys that sit here and say that, I'm whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just going to show you how much better I am than everybody in your whole entire sport at road course racing.
Yeah. I beat your favorite driver on a road course. But
I hope he never stoops to that level.
Yeah, very true. I don't think he will. But
no, I don't either. But he will drift the whole track and flick you off.
He will, and that's badass.
Yeah. That's way better than, I beat your favorite driver.
Yeah, very true. But yeah, that's all we got for this week. Yep. So, this has been the Checkered Chat. I'm Justin.
I'm Blake.
You guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Follow, like, subscribe, whatever, all that good stuff on YouTube. You can watch the podcast there. You can listen and watch on Spotify. You can listen on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible, basically everywhere that you can get a podcast. We are there. We are on every single platform, every last one of them. Go on there, follow whatever you do on each one. I don't know exactly because I get everything on Spotify. But that's all we got for this week. We will see you guys next week after Sonoma.